So HerbShare is a website where you sign up, and signing up allows you to share the herbs that you're growing, but also access the herbs that other people are growing.
And the idea is that you can have an understanding through the website of what your neighbours are growing, and then exactly where that is and how far it is from your house.
Yeah, so if I'm sitting there cooking bruschetta and I realise I need some basil, I can just click on the map to another user who is growing basil in the area and go and pick some.
Safe in the knowledge that those people are happy for you to take a responsible amount of their herbs.
One of the things that make my food so delicious is using fresh herbs. And for me to be able to share that with other people on a website and tell people, you know, when things are in season and when they're not, I think it's a great idea. I love it.
So one of the other reasons why we want to start HerbShare is really an issue around cost and wastage.
Look, I hate buying supermarket herbs. I really feel bad. It's massively expensive, and due to the housing arrangements, it tends to go off quite quickly.
With HerbShare, you only take what you need. It obviously doesn't cost anything.
And you don't end up with that green, mushy packet of dead herbs in the bottom of your fruit tray.
When HerbShare's up and running, you go to the website, just a basic registration, give your name, your email address, the location of your herb garden, and a few basic details about the herbs that you have, and then you're ready to go. You'll be able to manage those herbs on the website by telling people when herbs are good to go or when they maybe need a bit of a rest. You'll also be able to manage them at your herb garden through a sign, which if it's turned one way, the herbs are right to pick, and if you turn it around, they need a bit of a rest.
So HerbShare's, good idea, right spot, right time. Providing that reason to get outside, go next door, talk to your neighbour. And I know, having seen these sorts of things around series and just see it happen naturally in neighbourhoods, that it's going to be a good idea.
So I think people don't realise that you actually can create quite an amazing food garden or herb garden in a small space. A friend of ours called us up recently and wanted some help to create a food garden in his back courtyard in Brunswick.
So the story that Flynn's telling here is actually about the guy making this film. So is it alright if we tell that story?
Yeah, tell it.
Okay, so this was actually a surprise garden for his girlfriend that he wanted to propose to. So
actually, maybe I'll tell this bit.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So you press the red button.
Yeah.
All right. So my girlfriend Laura, we live in a tiny little shoebox apartment in Brunswick, and we had this little patch of weeds, and she'd always wanted a garden. So I had the idea of proposing to her by building her a surprise garden. But I had no idea how to do that, so I rang Flynn, since he does.
And so yeah, we basically built an edible garden in a day in a very small space.
By the time we were finished, we had rose petals on the ground. It was night time, there were candles and lights.
And after work we went out for dinner to celebrate the anniversary of our first date. And when we got home from the anniversary, she opened the gate to our backyard and she just looked in and she was just like, "What?" And she just couldn't comprehend what had gone on, and she loved it. And I proposed.
And she said yes. So he loved the garden, he loved the idea of HerbShare, and being a filmmaker, he offered to make this film for us. Thanks, Stu.
You're what?
A great filmmaker.
I love the idea of HerbShare. I'll be putting my gardens at the Luna Bistro on the website, but it won't happen unless we donate. It's all about putting a couple of dollars back into the community, and it's one of those things that'll come back and reward you.
The next step from here is that we need to create the website, which is relatively complicated and will cost some money to put together, and that will allow people to be a member of HerbShare for free.
So if you want to get involved, like us on Facebook, tell your friends about it, support our crowdfunding campaign. The more people that are involved in this, the better it's going to work, the better it's going to be for everyone. We want to see herb markets popping up throughout the city, so you can just wander around, see HerbShare markets everywhere, pick herbs when you want it, where you want it.